You have 20 minutes? I don't think 20 minutes is enough time for me to talk about how beneficial your system is. I think if anything, your people just completely undersold what was there. I joined the system because I wanted organic leads, and they promised me organic leads. And I think that the system should have come with a warning that you may get more than you expect. I mean, I just joined, and out of the blue, you pop in and say, "Hey, Harlan, run this post." And I'm looking at that post. I used to try so hard to come up with posts that would get people to respond. And I go, that's not going to work. It's just not going to work. My audience isn't going to respond to that. And then I'm going, holy crap, I'm going to be doing DMs all day and all night with the response that I got. And that was just the first post. And my playground has been Facebook. And I'm going, but wait a minute. I have to go to Instagram and eventually to LinkedIn. There aren't going to be hours in the day to handle all of the leads that are coming in. So then I went, help. And I threw my hands up and I said, I need systems here. I've already had to get someone who used to work for me years ago just to respond to all of the people raising their hands and saying interest and following up. And the crazy way that Facebook works is that you could have someone responding to a post that you did 3 weeks ago, and someone needs to do that. And rather than turn leads into a full-time job, I got someone to help. And I don't think I've even scratched the surface of 5% of what you have inside your system. And it should also come with a warning that Lauren is watching everything that you do. Not just posts there, but getting notes and DMs out of the blue. Try this. And all of the people on the team that are so knowledgeable about what's going on. You come to them with a problem and they say, go here. Everything you need is right here. It's absolutely insane. And then you go there and it's like the Wikipedia for solving your problem. And what's even better is it's really all done for you. I mean, this is literally, you have provided a copy and paste system that someone in a coma could post on social media and get clients. It's absolutely, when I spoke to Jay and he promised me that he was going to be able to get leads, and I'm going, I don't know. And then within days, I'm looking at it and going, they just didn't even give a glimpse as to how comprehensive the system is, how well it works, and how much depth there is in the system. Anything that you think about coaching is there. I mean, literally, I have not even had the time to scratch the surface because I'm signing people up right and left. And I threw up a white flag and it said, help, I need to build systems. And of course, go here. Here are the systems. You need to do this, and then you need to do this, and then you need to do this. Want to get on a call and I'll walk you through the whole thing? It's just absolutely overwhelming. I've been working online since 2002. 2002 is when I went online, and I've worked with people. Some people have great systems out there. Some people, not so great. But I've never seen anything that comes even close to what you have. There's everything from what to say in a DM to if someone ghosts you, do this. There is, I can't think of anything that is not included in your program. It's literally a one-stop shop. I mean, if there is anybody out there who is as stupid as I was and procrastinated joining for such a long time, let me just save you the effort. And no, I'm not being paid or whatever. Frankly, I have gotten really good advice from Lauren and the entire team since joining, with one exception. The exception was to put salt in my coffee. Okay, Lauren, that just did not work. Okay, but with that one exception, it is anything someone would need. So if someone is out there, and I see that there are people in the program doing everything under the sun, from business to personal to relationships to health, and these are people who have a gift and they want to share their gift with the world, and they don't have the time to get an MBA or to go spend years. It's all done for you. And the fact that you have people who the only thing they do is respond to questions and respond fairly quickly. And when they give you a response, it is so detailed and so comprehensive. Do this, do this, do this, do this. I mean, schedules. Monday, do this. On Tuesday, do this. On Wednesday, do this. On Thursday, do this. On Friday, do this. I cannot see that it is even remotely possible for someone to join the program and not succeed. I mean, you must have a conscious aversion to success if you are unable to succeed with everything that the system provides. You have a question, it gets answered. You have a detailed question, you get a detailed answer. I had a question that one of my leads turned out that he wants not just an individual training, but he wants his whole team trained. And I got a detailed answer of what to do. So there is literally nothing under the sun that is not included in the program. And I had just no idea that just by shifting what my posts were doing could get so much of a response. I mean, one post that I did had so many responses that I had to put them into a Facebook group to deal with them. I had another post that brought in something like 70 leads. That was the one that made me hire my old worker, my old VA, because there's no way I can handle this. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I haven't done a single post this week to get clients because I've got no place to put them. So
you're in trouble now for telling me that, because remember, you're posting today as your pipeline tomorrow. I tell myself this every time.
But my pipeline is full and has a waiting list to even get on my pipeline. and I know that with your system, getting leads is like flipping a switch. Okay, the electricity goes off, turn it back on.
Lead tap. Lead tap. That's what it's about. Wait, so Harlan, hang on. And you've definitely had your coffee this morning. I can see. I can see. No, I love it.
No salt.
That is definitely a questionable decision, but I'll let you ride with that. Just for anyone watching, basically, I always put salt in my coffee. It tastes amazing. Even if you're at a cafe, just a little, what is it called? Like a little turn of salt. It tastes so good. Himalayan pink salt is the best one. Did you try that?
I tried that, and I'm just going to say we're going to have to differ on this, but it's not a sign of mental health.
Okay, maybe not. But with that being said, okay, hang on. You mentioned that you just fundamentally didn't understand like how this is actually going to get you leads. Can you help me understand, like, because this is really helpful as well for me with our marketing, selfishly, I suppose. What was unclear to you? Because now you've come in and obviously you get a lot of qualified leads all the time, but like before you worked with scale systems, what wasn't clear, and like why do you think that I was explaining that badly in my own marketing?
In your own marketing? I think maybe if I saw interviews with people who had joined scaled systems and were getting the results, which you've started to do recently.
We're here right now. Yeah, there we go.
I think that would have been a lot more convincing, because there are so many coaches out there. I saw something hysterical the other day. You, in fact, even commented on that post where someone said that he has a no funnel approach that's bringing him $60,000 clients. And then he takes you through a funnel. And it was just like, really? This your system, you're giving it away for $5, and then you can have an upsell to the audio, and I'm like, there's none of that here. There's none of the nonsense here. It's just do this, do this, do this, do this, and you're going to get results.
Okay. And so like on social media previously, because you were posting and you have a decent audience on Facebook, simply what's different? Like what's different that you're doing now versus before?
What I was doing before was haphazard. Number one, it wasn't consistent. I would do a post, maybe one of these type posts once a week, and then I would do other stuff on social media. And then this person, Lauren, came along and pointed out my Instagram that I didn't really use, going, what's this post all about? How's this serving you? And I realized, oh, if I want to get results, I need to focus on what I want and do that, and not congratulate whoever won the turtle race in Mississippi this year. It's just, it's having a focus on the business and consistency that produces results. And I used to sit and think of, what am I going to post? What am I going to post? What am I going to post? There's none of that anymore. Just go, do this, do this. Here are the variations. And it requires little or no thought. And, the first time that I did it, it was, why this isn't going to work? Because everybody knows Lauren, and they see Lauren has done a post like this. And how could it possibly work? Because Lauren's people are doing this post. Well, guess what? That was such crazy thinking on my part, because my audience didn't see it. It's like, one of these things that I teach about how the ocean is endless. And I think everybody on Facebook could do one of these posts and they would still get response. These responses they look simple, but they have very sophisticated triggers in them to get results. They are deceptively simple posts. I'm looking, where is it? I have copies of the book Triggers by my late friend Joe Sugarman. And when I go through and I look at your posts, I'm going, here's one post and it's got like 4 triggers in it. And they are all beneath the surface, and people do not realize how sophisticated and how powerful these posts are.
Well, hey, I mean, I told you when I first connected with you, I went through one of your copywriting courses years ago because I'm obsessed with copywriting. And I think that's one of the things which it can be easily mistaken that if you're good at copywriting, you can nail social media. But the fact of the matter is, on social media, as you just alluded to just there, you have to dumb down the copy in a way whereby it is understood by the majority of people who see it, because the engagement on social media is extremely key to get it pushed out to more people. But that being said, go ahead.
I'll give you a story.
Okay, let's do it.
One of my best posts ever was about learning to play chess with an uncle of mine growing up, and how he tortured me to think ahead and don't make a move without considering. And I went on and on and on. And then at the end, there was, if you're interested in working with me on growing your business, reach out. It was a great post. I probably got 50 or 60 people saying great story. I didn't want them to say great story. I wanted them to say teach me, or let's work together, or wow. And I was completely missing it. So that story probably took me an hour to write, got me nothing other than people went, oh, that's a great story. He's a good copywriter. That wasn't what I was going for. Right. So instead, now I use these posts and they get results. And if you look at the posts, yeah, you can adapt them, but stick to the basic format of the post and they're going to work. You can do story posts, but you got to make sure you have the critical elements of the Lauren post in there.
Yeah, so this is where like understanding as well which metrics to look at depending upon what style of post you're doing is really key. For example, if it's a top of the funnel post, right, where you're trying to get more strangers to know who you are and know that you're good at what you do, then that story post could be good. But if there's a call to action in there where you're wanting people to become your client, that's the bottom of the funnel post, right, whereby getting people to give you congratulations on your story isn't the best thing. As you said, you want them to have intent to work with you. And simultaneously, a story post like that could be super solid if you want to get middle of the funnel leads to actually opt into a freebie, as long as you're essentially doing a before and after of a client transformation, showcasing how your systems are the thing transporting them along that story, not necessarily how your uncle taught you chess, right? So, but that being said though, Harlan, like, something that I think is so key to touch on is that you are incredibly good at sales. And I know one of the key things that you mentioned to us in the early days, even before we worked together, was this concept of you just need more qualified leads, just get them on the phone with you, get them on Zoom with you, and you're good to go. And so I'd be extremely interested in understanding from you, now that you've coupled your sales system with our social media lead gen system, that qualification piece, like how are you doing that with our system specifically in your business so that you're not getting on long sales calls with people who are just going to never be, you know, good clients for you?
So I had that question. I was getting so many responses and so many people were, they were interested and they were ghosting me. And I said, help, I'm getting ghosted. And they pointed me to the ghosting thing, something called an impact statement. Am I saying it correctly? Impact page?
Impact call? Is it a 10-minute call?
No, it was a single page to get them onto a short call.
Yep. Impact call. Yep.
Okay.
Call. Impact call.
Hey, I'm a New Yorker. So when I did that, and I had my group, that all these people were in the group, I put up a post and offered them to get on a 15-minute call. And the first guy got on the 15-minute call. It extended to 30, and it was a sale. He was just ready to buy. That wasn't my goal. I had another one on Monday, of a call where I really didn't have extra time to go over. So I'm talking to him tomorrow. He's told me that he wants to buy. He just wants to understand what he's getting. If I had had 5 minutes more, I would have had his credit card. But he's like messaging me, do you have any openings? Can we get on earlier? Another woman said to me, she contacted me on Monday. The first opening is on Thursday. And she's been messaging me going, I really can't wait to Thursday. I really can't believe it. It's just, and this is just following the system. And I'm putting in different levels of screening. And you don't see it, but I'm working behind the scenes. I've peeked ahead. I just did a webinar that I edited and re-edited. It is 28 minutes that sells the heck out of it in a completely non-pressure, non-scammy way. And I can't wait to get that up and running. I'm trying to, the system is so vast that it's like coming in and diving into a swimming pool filled with cash, and you don't know which direction to go first. And I don't know that people understand the different levels of businesses where people have joined your system, including people who are running incredibly sophisticated operations that are literally money machines, and they are learning how to, in like E-Myth fashion, how to focus on building the business and not be the business. And so you take everyone from someone who is just dipping their toe in the water to someone who has a sophisticated business and take them to the next level.
I didn't even realize the time. We already went over.
Sorry. I apologize. Sorry, not sorry. You can help people who want to scale to $1 million a month or beyond. Those are the foundations of your systems, and the people involved know what to do. And the fact that you are there hiding behind the scenes, ready to jump out and share what you know, just means that there's literally someone for everyone. And I see, as people discover the power of the systems, they're going to want more. And we didn't even touch, I'm in too new. I mean, you have in-person meetings, I didn't even talk about them. You have webinars, you have support calls. Literally, your program could be an all immersive experience because there's something there for everyone, regardless of their level. It's like I said at the beginning, it should come with a warning sign.
I mean, they call us scale systems for a reason, you know?
Yeah, scale system. If you want to scale, if you want to have a nice business, you can join. If you want to scale your business beyond what you thought is possible, the first thing that you need to do is work on what your own financial upper limits are, because working with scaled systems is going to push those limits rather quickly. It's like get into the car, buckle up, because 88 miles an hour and Back to the Future is going to happen. The DeLorean is prepared to take off. Where we're going, there are no roads.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Is there anything that you like that you feel like we're missing that would add more value to you when it comes to getting more qualified leads?
I can't. There are some people who put in qualifying questions before they let people on the call. And from what I've seen, not in your system, but other people, I observe what they're doing is they aren't very elegantly written.
Yeah, right. It's like, how much money do you want to invest in?
That's about the level of it.
Yeah.
And they're just so poorly written. It's, yeah, you're going to get qualified people because most people are just going to go away.
Yeah, it's gonna, exactly. Well, I always think of it like a volume dial, right? So I'll give you an example. We're right now just onboarding 3 new salespeople onto our team. So we've pretty much taken off all of our qualifying questions. Like, it literally just asks right now for their name and for the link to one of their social media platforms and their email and their phone number. That's it. We've quite literally taken everything else away. Then we have a couple of setters who look at their social profile, the main profile they've linked, because if they're like an anonymous account, or if they clearly are in like an MLM or something, then we just cancel the call and we say, hey, it's probably not a fit. Whereas if they have, at least like a few thousand on their social media, or in their bio, maybe it's like a personal profile, but it says like founder of blah, blah business, then they'll go and check that business out, look at it a little bit. But because we've got 3 new people who are starting on sales with us, we just want them to get reps in when it comes to speaking to our prospects and understanding their problems.
But then someone who made a post about looking for new reps and had really high standards, if you take out the filter, how are they supposed to meet your KPIs?
Oh, this is just for their first 20 calls. So they know first 20 calls, this is just practice round. And then from there, obviously, we're only going to give them qualified calls because we want to record a call, listen to it back, make sure they actually sound good. Because if then we just give them our best leads for the first 3 calls. To your point regarding the qualification questions, the perfect framework. We basically just will add the questions from the perfect framework that are the most important into the application form. Like, for example, for you right now, because you're taking the impact calls, you don't really need to add the application questions because you're doing the impact call process. Whereas if you're going straight to the closers calendar,
I have both running.
Yeah. So in the one that goes straight to the calendar, there I would add the things that are the most important to you. For example, one of the really simple questions is just like, do you have a business that sells on the phone? Yes, no, right? If they or that takes sales conversations to sell something high ticket, because you'd be amazed, but people still want to do the thing, and they may have an e-commerce business selling $10 products. So if you get on the phone with them, it's kind of a waste of your time, right?
And the MLM people, and I just cancel the thing when I see it.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it's filtering through the perfect framework and seeing which of those checkboxes essentially are really important for you before you get on the phone with them. Because when you're very, very good at sales, and if you're not already like massively strapped for time, I'm always more lenient on allowing more calls through the calendar, just purely because if you get on the phone with them, your chance of having a new client is very high because you're very good at sales.
There you go. All right. I won't keep you.
No, I appreciate it. This was great. Harlan, let me know if there's anything else as well that I can do to help you. I was also going to say, like, you should probably have somebody else taking those impact calls for you. You should get someone trained up on that, because then you can pump way more volume through.
I can have my VA do that.
Yeah.
I can train her. She's bright.
Yeah, I definitely would, because you should be seeing about 50 to 60% of those pass through to a sales call. And if it's way higher passing through, or way lower passing through, then either it means if it's higher, she's not disqualifying people. That's one option. Or if it's way lower, then it means that the copy on the social media needs to trigger more intent in the mind of the readers.
Okay. Can I ask you for a favor?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You said a lot of good stuff that would be helpful for me, but only one of us is recording this. Could you get me a copy of the recording so I can get the stuff that Lauren said off the